Hello everybody, it's Kristi from Ohio coming to you tonight live with my Keto Kitchen. It is Sweets Night. Happy Labor Day to everyone, and I want to make sure when you hop on you say hi, hello, so I know that you're on here with me. Make sure that if you want to catch me as soon as I go live, you tap my nose, 3 buttons up here on the top, and you'll get notified as soon as I go live. It is Sweets Night, like I said. When you hop on, say hi, hello, let me know where you're coming in from, let me know how your weekend went, because it was a great long weekend, and I hate that it is back to the old grind tomorrow, back to work for everybody. We had a great weekend camping, and we just absolutely love to camp, but when you have to go back to work, it's not so fun. So make sure you say hi, hello. Make sure you let me know where you're coming in from, and if you're catching me live or on a replay. And if you want to catch me as soon as I go live, make sure you tap my nose, 3 buttons up here on the top, and get notified as soon as I go live. Make sure you're smashing that share button down there to share it to your wall, to share it to other groups, because lots of people are going to love this recipe. It is very simple. You know me, I don't like very many ingredients. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ingredients. And we are making a chaffle. I don't know if you've heard of the big chaffle crave, but they are these little tiny like waffles, and they are all of the goodness. Hi Shelly, hi Tina, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for sharing, Tina, I appreciate it. So make sure you are sharing, because you are going to want to save this to your wall. In the description in the live, it is the recipe on there. I am going to add 2 more ingredients that are my secret ingredients for these chaffles that I love. So make sure that you're paying attention. You do not need to write anything down, because I will also post the recipe in the comments below when I'm finished. I am going to taste it live, so you're not going to need to worry about that. But I will post a picture, and I will give you my thumbs up or thumbs down on this recipe. So we are going to start out with 1 egg, just a Kroger egg. We're going to put it in our little bowl. I'm not sure if we can see. I want to make sure everybody can see what I'm doing, so I'm going to adjust you a little bit. Hi, Kylie from Australia. Thank you for hopping on. So we got 1 egg. We are going to add to that our almond flour, which this is just, I think this is the Walmart brand. I like the extra fine, just because it's not as gritty and you can't taste it as much. So we are going to do 1 tablespoon of almond flour. So we will give 1 tablespoon of almond flour in there. We're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I think I bought this maybe dollar store. I do not spend lots of money on the vanilla extract. So we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you love everything cinnamon and sugar, can you give me some hearts in the comments? Because we all love us some cinnamon and sugar, and I'm going to teach you how to make the yummiest churros. Yes, churros, something like that. But that is what we're making, is churro chaffles. So if you've never heard of a chaffle, put me in the comments below. If you don't even know what a chaffle is, put me. Because some people have never even heard of these, but I am going to teach you what they are tonight. So, hi Amy, thanks for sharing, I appreciate it. So 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of almond flour, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is just the McCormick's ground cinnamon. We're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of that as well, because these are churros and they are cinnamon and sugar. So you have to add a little bit of cinnamon to it. We are going to add 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So this is just my Walmart brand baking powder. And we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of that. These are so simple and they are so good. There are so many different recipes for chaffles. When I first heard about a chaffles, however you say them, I was kind of overwhelmed. I was like, what in the world is this big craze about? And it was kind of hard to even pick and choose what I wanted to which ones I wanted to try. And then a lot of them, to me, tasted too eggy. So I have these 2 secret ingredients that make them not eggy. They do not taste eggy to me at all. So we are going to use, next, we're going to have a 1/2 cup of mozzarella. So the main ingredients in a chaffle are egg and mozzarella. That's kind of what the base is. So we're going to use a 1/2 cup. I am dirty, lazy keto. I do not count macros. I do not shred my own cheese. I am just what they call dirty, lazy keto. So this is just the Kroger brand of mozzarella, which I keep them in business when it comes to cheese because I use lots of cheese. So in the meantime, this is my little, it's already warming, so I don't really want to touch it too much, but this is called a dash. Can you see this little guy over here? He's called a dash. Mine is flat on the inside. You can get the flat ones. You can get the ones that look like waffles. That's why they call them chaffles, because they kind of look like waffles. But mine is just the flat one. That's just the kind that I bought. We are going to, it is already heating up. You need to plug it in when you're starting to mix all of your stuff. So I'm going to spray the top and the bottom, and I'm going to let it continue to heat up. And so we are going to add a tablespoon of confectionery sugar. We don't want to forget the confectionery sugar. So this is just the Swerve brand. That is my favorite brand. And we're going to do a whole tablespoonful of this. So we got a tablespoonful of our confectionery. And next is my learn to count, Kristi. My 2 secret ingredients to yummy, yummy chaffles that do not taste eggy. So I found this recipe, and this is what for all of my sweet chaffles, I always add these 2 ingredients. So if you want to add these 2 ingredients, you go right ahead and add them to your mix. So the first thing I'm going to add is sugar-free vanilla sugar-free Jello mix. Not Jello, pudding. It's been a long weekend. I'm a little, off of my game here. But, so it's Jello mix, but it's pudding Jello mix. So, we are going to use a whole tablespoon of vanilla pudding mix. Sugar-free vanilla pudding mix. This is going to not make it taste so eggy. And then the next thing is a 1/4 teaspoon of McCormick's cake batter flavor. So these are my 2 secret ingredients. So we're going to take and we're going to mix these up, all this up. You're going to make this yummy, yummy. Oh, it smells so good. I always want to have smell-o-vision because no one can ever smell how good this is. It doesn't look very appetizing. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Lisa. Thanks for hopping on. Jimmy, you just zip it. Pie hole. He's outside messing with the Jeep, so we don't have to worry about Mark right now. He's outside. So it's all my Chaffle maker is all heated up. It's been heating, so I'm going to take half of my mixture, just half of it, and I'm going to put it in. Can you see? It's so hard to get everything into the screen. So I took half of my mixture, and I put it in my little Chaffle maker, and you're going to close the lid, and it takes 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to leave that go. I am going to turn on a timer for about 3 minutes so that I can kind of check it to see if it needs to be cooked a little longer or if it can come out. So while that is cooking, I'm going to make the cinnamon sugar that is going to go on the churro. So it is calling for 1 tablespoon of melted butter. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of melted butter. So we're going to put our tablespoon of melted butter 30 seconds in the microwave. And then I'm going to need a plate. I'm going to take a paper plate. And when this is done, They say to cut it into strips because that's what a churro is like strips of sugar and cinnamon yumminess. So, oh Vera, these are just my favorite. So I like to make the sweet ones with the mozzarella because they, with the mozzarella you can't taste as much. And with my savory Chaffles, I always mainly use cheddar cheese. So I might do a savory Chaffle on Thursday so that we can compare our sweet to our savory and let you know exactly how, just by adding something a little bit different, you can change the recipe up. So there's like grilled cheese ones. There's ones you can use as your bread for your burger. So we will see what Thursday brings us. Maybe we will just have a savory Chaffle on Thursday. So make sure you're smearing. See, it's been one of those days. Smashing that share button down there in the corner, sharing it to your wall, sharing it with your friends. Make sure you're tagging a friend that would absolutely love this recipe, that is on this lovely journey that we are all on. Make sure that if you are new, you put the word new, and I can get you into a group with all of the recipes that are just like this one. Lots of tips, tricks, ideas. So put the word new if you're new to the show and you've never seen this face before. Put the word new and I will get you into my group. So it is smelling delicious. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. It's got like 40 seconds. So we have our melted butter. And we are also going, in another dish, we are going to do, it says 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. So I have the Swerve brown sugar. Again, Swerve is my favorite. I like it. It does not leave an aftertaste for me. It's just whatever you prefer. So we're going to do a tablespoon of brown sugar. And we are going to do a half of a teaspoon of cinnamon again. So here's our cinnamon, another half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'm going to mix this around so that we can dip this yummy goodness inside the brown sugar. So let me see what this is looking like. Okay. I'm going to give it just a couple more seconds while I mix this up. So we're just going to mix the brown sugar and the cinnamon together. And then when this is all done, we are going to take it out of here. So if you want it crispier, you can always leave it longer than what it says, or you can, it looks like 3 minutes is about a good amount of time. So I'm going to take the other half of my mixture and I'm going to just put it in the dash and push it in there. Okay, I hear ya. So we're going to do another 3 minutes, which was probably about a good amount of time to leave it in there. And this says to cut this into strips. So I'm going to take my scissors because I am, you know me, I like to make things as easy as possible. So cutting with scissors is my easy way to make these into little strips. Okay, and we're going to take a strip and we're going to roll it in the butter on each side. Then we are going to smash it into the cinnamon and brown sugar. So you're going to do that with each one of them. Roll it in the butter. Make sure that you're sharing this out, tagging a friend. Make sure if you're new to the show that you are putting the word new in the comments so that I can get you into my group. And I will post the recipe in the comments below after I'm finished. And I also will I'm going to give you a review on the spot today. But I also will put a review in the comments below as well. So here we go. This is what they look like. I put them in the butter, I put them in the brown sugar and the cinnamon, and let's give them a taste. So good. They do not taste eggy. because I added those 2 secret ingredients. The 1 tablespoon of vanilla pudding and the 1/4 of a tablespoon, or 1/4 of a teaspoon of the cake batter. Delicious. I highly recommend them. So make sure you're sharing this. All your friends need to see this. They all need to see this Chaffle recipe because they are phenomenal. So I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. I hope you all had a great holiday weekend. I will be back on Thursday with my savory night, but I also will be here on Wednesday, so be watching. You'll never know what you're going to see with me. So I appreciate it, and I will see you all on Thursday. Bye-bye.